I'm Katie Tipton with Eagle Public Library. Welcome to Saturday STEAM. And this week's project is in honor of Ferris Wheel Day, which is also Valentine's Day, but we're doing Ferris Wheel Day. This year is a working paper Ferris wheel, and they're supposed to turn with it. It doesn't quite work. Mine doesn't, but I'll show you how to fix that. Anyway, working paper Ferris wheel with people who enjoy it. Yay. So to start, you're going to gather your supplies together, which are things like got brads. There are two sides of brads. There's the big, small ones that I've just shown you, and bigger ones. So they're small and big. Let's see. You will need cardstock, like a blue sheet of cardstock for the background. And cardstock is it's what a card is made out of. It's a lot sturdier than construction paper, which you can use, but you won't get the same kind of, you really should use cardstock for this because it gives you the kind of stability that you want. Let's see, what else are we using? We are using a glue stick and scissors. And most importantly, because this is a STEAM project, there's a lot of measuring and straight lines, so you'll need a ruler, a pencil, and a marker. So the first thing you do is get your blue cardstock. Now the second thing you do is you take a different color of cardstock, and you're going to take two circles, a big circle and then a circle that's smaller, and you're going to trace a circle like this, the yellow part, onto a different colored piece of cardstock, any color you want. When that's done, and you cut it out, then there are measurements that are specific to this project that are on the Eagle Public Library class website. You will need to measure out strips that go in between, how long they are and how thick they are. And you'll have to be very precise about it, but it's actually a lot of fun. And you do that with either the same color cardstock, or for this one, I used a different color one just so you could see it. When you're done, you put them all together, and then you stick a brad through the middle of them, the big one. See right through the center of it? You're gonna stick the big one. And they're not gonna completely they're not gonna be flush with the edge of the circle, and that's okay. So all you have to do is let's move this down a little bit so you can see, okay. All you have to do is take your scissors and just be careful. You don't want to cut too far into the paper. Cut off the ends that are way too far out so that you can't see them. No big deal. Okay. So now you have a wheel that's ready to go, and that's the main part of the Ferris wheel. Now, after we clean this off, the next step is to make a base for the Ferris wheel, which you'll need probably two strips about this size. And once again, you can have them as any color that you want. And then what you do is you take one strip, fold it in half, cut it right in the middle, right there, and lay it onto the other one to kind of form a pyramid or a triangle shape. And once you have your triangle shape, let's see, where's the good side? There it is. Once you have your triangle shape, you're just going to glue it, or you will in a second. You're going to want to glue it onto the picture, but the first thing you're going to want to do is find out where you want to put your Ferris wheel, because you don't want it to be like way over the top, because it won't make any sense if the base is like all the way down here and there's a gap. Ferris wheels don't work like that. So find a good spot for it. That looks right. Looks like it'll cover the bottom. And then glue the heck out of it. You're just going to take it, put a lot of glue on it so it'll stay, because this is the static part of this project. And find the center. There we go. Glue it down. And the nice part about a glue stick is if you don't like where it is, you can always pick it up and move it. There we go. Now, once you have the base down, you're going to find where you want to put your wheel. And I want it about there. So I'm going to take a smaller brad and kind of eyeball it. You can measure it too if you want. Wouldn't be a bad idea. And I want my brad and kind of push it down a little bit just so you know where you want it. You get a nice indent in the cardstock. Yeah, so mine is about there. I don't think you can see it, but I can. So then I take this brad, punch it through the paper. And if you have a paper punch, there's a certain tool that you can use that actually has a round thing, a round hole. That's always good too. So then I'm going to take my scissors, kind of make the hole a little bit bigger. There we go. Because the goal is to get it to turn. And I didn't get that with my first one, but I think I figured it out with this one. So, and I'm going to, and you can always, the nice thing with this project too is any of the brads you can always take out if you don't like them. If you don't like where they are, if you don't like where they sit, you can always take them out and try again. But this one I do. And one of the other keys to this is not to make it like, you know, just not to make it a very tight fit. You just want it to be kind of a fit, because that way it turns for you. And that's what we're looking for. Because Ferris wheels themselves don't really, like, if you look at them, if they're too tight, they just kind of like, they won't move. So the next part, and these measurements are also available online because everything has to be very precise, is you are going to make a box for your riders to sit in, a seat. So I think it's it's 3" by 2" with a 1/2 inch border on each side. And that's going to be your box. That's the inside of the box. And the way that you make the box, if you see the little flaps down here, you cut into them. And that's why we have the lines. Cut into them. And then fold them over. And the best way to do this, cardstock is a lot, like I said, it's a lot denser than normal construction paper. And you only get like one shot of this. So it's kind of good to score it a little bit. Make sure it's actually going to go where you want it to. There we go. And then fold it. And you're going to fold along the lines that you created. There we go. Cool. Okay. Because we are going to make a little box for our riders. There we go. Awesome. Okay. And you don't want to forget to also, this little flap right there, you also want to remember to fold that down. That one will be easier because it's already kind of cut for you. There. Now the next step, and this is so much fun, it's really easy, is take some glue, a little flap right there, and put some glue on the flap. Same with this side, right here. Can you see it? Okay. I like this purple glue because it shows you what I'm doing. Okay. And it dries clear, which is also cool. So we're going to take that, just kind of make it into a little box. See, the flaps get glued down right there. I think you can see it. Okay. And there we go. We have a box. And here's a really fun part is you make people. So this guy is going to ride inside the box. So we're going to turn it over, that side. I'm going to glue him all up, just like that. And glue him into the box. Yay, now he's ready to go. or at least he's almost ready to go. So the next step, so that he is absolutely ready to go, is you're going to take a smaller piece of 2 by 3 or 3 inches. This is about 3 inch by 1.5 inches, but it's still got the 1/2 inch on this side. And you are going to fold that again inward on the line. There we go. There we go. And I'll show you what this will do in a second. So on the inside of this part, you're going to take another brad. You take one of the smaller brads, one of these ones, and poke a hole in the center, maybe a little bit higher, of that piece, just like that. Now this, you're going to want this to turn. So once again, take your scissors, or if you have an actual paper punch, use that. Make the hole just a little bit bigger. So you just turn around here, just a little bit bigger than it was. Now there are 2 ways to do this, and I'll show you both. One way is to take this guy, and you're going to want to choose a spoke, and I've chosen the spoke up here. You're going to take a brad and punch a hole through the spoke, just to make a hole, to make a guide hole. Oop, there we go. Then once again, make it just a little bit bigger, just so he'll swing a little bit. Now from here, like I said, 2 ways to do it. Put the brad in, and the brad through here. And you don't want it to be too tight or else it won't turn, because that's the whole goal, is to have this turn right here. And you can turn it a couple times too, just to make it, yeah, it's too tight. I did it again, it's too tight. There we go. Yeah, because you want it to be able to turn like that. So let's do it about there. Yeah, that's better. Still want it a little bit looser than that, but it's better. Now the next part you can do, like I said, there's 2 ways to do this, is, let's see, yeah, because this box is going to go over these right here, so it would be on this side. You take the glue and you glue the outside of this part. There we go. Now you take this little guy, put him right there. And then I'm going to press this together. There we go, so that he's in his little box. I have to bring it down. It's still a little tighter than I would like, but he's supposed to be able to spin on his box, to spin in his seat, just like that. Well, not that way. Anyway, so you can do it that way, or you can do what I like to do. And I've already pre-made the boxes together, like that. That way you just stick the brad through. You make another guide hole where you want it. And you want to go like every other spoke or so, just to make it even. Because the more even it is, the easier it is to make it turn. And this does require a little more dexterity on your part, but that's okay, because that's part of what we're learning. There we go. I'm going to turn that a little bit just to make a hole in the back. I'm just turning the brad so that it turns a little bit easier. Okay, hold on. Now the brad, and I'll show you this in a second with an extra one. The brad has two legs to it, and one is longer than the other. And that's so you can pull them apart. Let's see. Here's one. You'll see how it has, see it has two different size legs. You'll want the top leg, the shorter leg on the top, so it makes it easier to pull up because you want it to look like that. Okay. And once again, we've got two more, make two girls here. So let's make that hole just a little bit bigger. And the same one, I already went through and punched holes, by the way, just because otherwise it'd be boring to watch me punch holes. Let's put her here. Oh, and it helps to put the brad through the box first. Although sometimes you still lose it like I did right there. And that's okay. Try again, because that's what life is. We just try until we get it right. Then, okay, hold on. This is hard not to put the brad all the way through. You'll want to as well, because it just makes it easier. Anyway, you want it to be able to spin, because that's what a Ferris wheel carriage does. It spins. So you get a fun time seeing things going really high, but you don't end up upside down. That is not the goal of a Ferris wheel. And then one more. Now, if you go on to the Eagle Public Library website, and there's a set of instructions on how to make this Ferris wheel. There's also a couple really cool websites about the history of the Ferris wheel and the mechanics of one too, so you get a better idea of how it works. It's actually really cool, so if you get a chance, go take a look. But anyway, now with that done, I'm gonna move you up so you can see me, and also so I can show you the Ferris wheel, which now turns. And I'm gonna have to go back and loosen these brads a little bit so that the people aren't like falling all over the place, but they should turn with the Ferris wheel like this. That's the goal right there. But yeah, so that is your working Ferris wheel for Ferris Wheel Day. And it's awesome. I think it's the coolest thing ever. So if you make one, I'd love to see it. Have your, take a picture, and then you can upload it onto this Facebook post and show us what you did, because yours is going to be a different color than mine. It's, you know, everything's going to be totally different. And I'd love to see what you come up with, because it's just like, it's just fun. But thank you for joining me today. I hope you had fun, and I hope you make it, and I hope that you have a great day and the rest of your Saturday. All right, thanks so much for joining me. Bye. Don't forget to check out the instruction page, because like I said, there's some really cool stuff on there. Okay, thanks so much. Bye guys.